Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Dungeons and Dragons in the Eye of the Storm campaign. I am the Ravenous Archon. My name is Will, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. And last we left off with this group, we opened up with Eteocles as he followed his dog Helen to one of the beaches where he came across another bugbear named Seraph the Branded. We found him sitting, staring outwards into Ethan's Bay. They mentioned their shared backgrounds. They spoke about which totems they believed in, and Eteocles learned that Seraph follows the boar, whereas he who follows the wolf, uh, they're almost diametrically opposed totems, the boar and the wolf. They learned that the elders of the tribe decided to follow the orc in the north, who is gathering the tribes under one banner. E.T. learned that the orc calls himself Hagrand Gnarlchin the Anointed, and he claims to be blessed by the scorpion totem. Seraph and his mate Brel would not bow to the scorpion, and so they killed Brel in front of Seraph to drive the point home, and then they exiled Seraph from the tribe. E.T. described his group to the bugbear and invited him to join them for a meal and a drink. And on their way there, he quickly learned that this bugbear had racial discriminations that he still believed in and held in high regard. They went back to the Mutineers' Lounge, found that no one was there, and they ended up kind of taking Gavin's body from the closet and left it at the nearby ruins where they made it look like goblins had attacked him. Around mid-afternoon, the rest of the group showed up to the bar. They described their exploits to Togoth and learned that most goblins are slaves in the eyes of bugbears. They learned that the new bugbear knows Togoth the First, calls him, and they heard him call him a piece of shit. The point where Togoth actually used command to find out where his father is, and he learned that he is in the north with the orc warlord. They had a discussion about their past and what they've learned, and then Eteocles attacked Seraph. But Seraph, not wanting to injure his new friend, decided not to fight him and walked away from the situation. Later on, they learned that Rafe had left after receiving a large amount of gold. Mandan then was given 10 gold by Eteocles, and he immediately quit as well. And they all went to get themselves a long rest, and they woke up in the evening. Dolo was the first to learn that there's no food or drink service until they replace their staff. And so he walked back into the back of the Mutineers' Lounge, where he saw a stocky older human male, where he learned that some asshole, quote unquote, had given his staff a bunch of gold, and they all left because they had nothing to work for anymore. He went up and knocked on Aylin's door, and everyone kind of woke up and jammed themselves into Togoth's room, where they learned what Eteocles had done and how they got to where they currently are. They exchanged stories, and then they all rushed out across the street to the tavern called the Stardust Brew, which is owned by a human woman that they never got to meet. But they did meet the serving girl named Dela. They kind of caught each other up on their different tasks. Eteocles described the jobs that he had agreed to take on for the group as their representative, quote unquote. But they decided to head over to the cobbler's home. They saw that the overflow south of Finnegan's, or east of Finnegan's cemetery, on the way, they noticed that a lot of the city's hustle and bustle was silent as far as the streets were concerned, but out in the west at the fairgrounds, they could hear a large commotion of sound and festivities, laughter, jubilation. But they saw that the brick row house was small, unlike the rest of the houses in the area. It was incredibly dark. But they also noticed that there was a human boy in the house next door watching them. Togoth learned that the boy's name was Bolig, and they also learned that he gets paid 1 copper piece to pick up groceries for the cobbler and his family. They found that there was no back doors to get in, but they did see a chimney, at which point Aylin figured Togoth could probably squeeze through, and they did end up sending him into the chimney. Inside, they found a hill dwarf kind of surrounded by candles that he was trying to keep himself lit with, and upon hearing them, he screamed in the darkness. And after Dolo and Eteocles burst in, he was thankful to have some light. He explained that he got a letter threatening him for helping House Ildar, and so he had to send his family away. He had mentioned that the letter had since been misplaced, and also mentioned seeing the shadows moving in the evening, and how he couldn't sleep at night anymore, and he had to sleep during the day. They asked him if House Hildar had any enemies, and he mentioned that House Vold and maybe House Norinth might have something against them. But he described the same kind of antagonistic relationship with Ladleland Curfew, and how she specifically wanted to make sure that, how he specifically wanted to make sure that he had the tiger's eye present and standing out in the young girl's shoes. And as the dwarf was about to gather up the last of his candles, he was killed in front of them, and a small fight ensued with a shadow demon. They managed to defeat it, and thus securing themselves up to level 4. But as the shadow demon kind of returned to the Nine Hells, they saw that in its place a small obsidian stone fell, and at that point they heard the form of Chalk, Dolo's patron, reach out, kind of creeping over his shoulder in what looked to be a satyr's form, and he asked if he could take the stone with him. And we left off with the group kind of sitting around the defeated creature with this new entity in their presence, and the question lingering in the air. And this is where we're going to find everyone except for Dolo, who conveniently is not here today, and as such has created this whole series of events where Chalk, just without asking again, just lunges out, grabs Dolo by one arm, grabs the rock in the other, and both of them disappear into the Feywild, leaving behind just some broken twigs, some it's summer, so some full bloom orange flowers and a couple of leaves.
I want to interject. No, that happens. I can't stop that. But
you all lunge and try to reach out for the rock before anything happens. But this is an archfey we're talking about, so the creature is unnaturally fast.
Faster than my +5 athletics.
You can try. Yeah. You can try.
But really, what I wanted to do was actually see the inscription, or the incantation that's on that stone. I actually want to see if I can decipher that.
It's a simple perception check, sure.
21.
I'm not good at perception.
Not fast enough?
Not fast enough. Unfortunately, I rolled with advantage, and one of my dice came up as an 18. So his plus is much higher. Gets him much higher than 21.
I just wanna, as like I'm grabbing my sides because I'm still injured.
Yeah.
I just want to yell, "Oh, what the fuck? Can't we all just be in the same space for more than 24 hours? Just once."
No.
Clearly. God. Fuck.
Maybe if you did not curse so much, he'd want to stick around more.
Oh, shut up, E.T. I'm injured. I'm in pain, and that rock is gone, and I didn't even know what it was.
If
but
anything,
it seemed important.
We should.
But I rolled a 19.
Up missing posters.
I rolled a 19 plus 3, so 22.
Okay. Yeah. It has a single abyssal rune carved into it. You do not speak abyssal.
No, I don't. But as far as in religion's sake, maybe religion or arcana, I want to see if I've ever seen that inscription or that marking used in anything.
Okay.
During my travel up until this point.
Sure. Because you don't know abyssal, it would be a hard roll, but you rolled high enough on your perception. I'm gonna say you could roll religion or arcana, DC 15. I'll lower it to 15 from 20 plus.
Well, I'm gonna use religion because I am actually proficient in religion.
Ooh.
Oh man, 13 on the die plus 2. That's 15 on the. That's 15
On the
exactly.
money.
Oof.
You have seen it in certain abyssal rituals and enslavement rituals. You are pretty sure that translated the mark stands for suffering. Either the wishing of suffering on somebody or just the push towards suffering. It is not a pleasant rune.
Right, and that's usually something that's used for. I'm gonna assume based off of my knowledge, my experience with that, that this is more of like you said, enslavement. So it's more of a binding thing to that stone.
Easily.
Cool.
So yeah, the rest of you.
I'm not.
Yeah, Dolo has vanished into the Feywild with his patron. The rest of you are left in this house that is grown dark, except for the shaft of light coming in from the doorway.
Have we ever seen Dolo's patron before, just for continuity's sake?
No, not at all.
No?
No,
Okay.
we have no idea who this is.
Okay.
No, some satyr appeared and took Dolo.
Okay, just making sure.
And the rock.
Should we not go looking for Dolo? He was just stolen from us.
Where do we start? Yeah, you tell me where to go.
Okay, Helen,
She comes into the house.
be good, sniffy girl. Find Dolo.
She throws herself on her back.
Oh, that's a good girl, Helen. But you need to be sniffy girl right now. Go sniffy for Dolo. You know the Dolo smell. Kind of like flowers in the springtime. He's not here. We can say whatever the fuck we want about his smell.
True. It's true.
yes, we can. Because he's not fucking here.
If I recall correctly, in the room that we were in fighting the shadow demon, there was like a little basement area or some sort of stairs that went off.
Yeah.
Yes, off to the side of the house. Now that everything's calm and you can actually look around, you can see that there is the fireplace off to the side. There's what looks to be just these discarded discs of wax. It looks like he must have gone through 3 or 4 dozen candles easily. You can see that the cot has kind of been moved over to where the majority of the candles have little wax discs have been left over, and there is a stairway that leads down into what is a basement that is basically just kind of like, what's it called? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the word. It's the old medieval kind of kitchen refrigerator area. There's
like a medieval cooler.
There's a specific word for it. And it's just not coming to mind. It'll hit me at some point when it's not important.
Right. Naturally.
Yeah.
All right. So, what time of day is it right now?
It's evening. It is just before midnight.
Evening, right?
Yeah.
All right. I kind of look around and I look at I was like, I'd love to find Dolo. Really, really would. But I kind of like point down at my bloody self. I'm like, I need to rest. And maybe we can find him back.
We literally just woke up. Like not that long ago.
I reach out and I use cure wounds.
Okay.
I'll use that second level. I'll use my second level spot.
Woohoo!
Why not?
Let me have Aiden give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. 16 on the die plus 0, so it's just 16.
You've never noticed it before, but as you see Togoth kind of reach out and touch you, and some of your wounds start to heal up through the magic that he is funneling through his god or goddess, there's a hint of green almost like Dolo's magic. There's natural attachments and a flair. How would you? What kind of painting would you add to your spellcasting, Kenny?
Well, considering that it's nature
Mm.
and it's really deep rooted, that magic comes from a nature aspect. It's almost like it's depending on what I use. So if it's for cure, it's more like vines, like leaves.
Mm.
That it almost feels like it's just a flowing of leaves that encase that stream of magic. And if it's something that's more for attack, it's more of thorns. Something that's more that shows that as that's more dangerous as opposed to the opposite. So yeah,
Okay.
that's something. Yeah, it's just it's
Are we
almost like
going
clothing.
devil's snare here when you're in combat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. How
Essentially.
much did you heal me for?
Oh, 12.
Yes.
Wow.
Sweet.
Wow.
I kind of chuckle. It kind of tickled. But then I sensed so I saw it as green, similar to Dolo's magic, huh?
Yeah. Except that this one has a warmth to it. There's something maternal behind it. But also it is summer, so she would paint a bit more warmth into her magic.
Demeter, yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, I'm looking at Togoth like, and then I want to walk up to the plants and all the grass that laid in the place of where Dolo dipped,
Mhm.
and where the onyx stone was.
Yeah.
And I want to pick up one of the flowers and put it in my pocket.
You see that the area where the stone landed has no actual grass or flowers. It's mostly just where the two satyr hooves landed and where Dolo was standing.
Okay, I take it from where Dolo was standing.
Okay.
What kind of flowers are they?
Orange blossom.
I obviously she's Aylin's doing this in plain sight.
Yeah.
And I see that. I go, is that your favorite flower?
Do you not have
No.
like sibling telepathy?
No, and we're only half siblings, and
Or do
the
you have
other half of me,
sibling telepathy?
well, the half of me that's related to Dolo is annoyed as fuck right now that he just
Oh,
decided to up and go.
Okay, then can we work with the half of you that's not related to him?
I have no idea where he went. Absolutely zero.
Uh,
I look at Togoth and I go, this is not my favorite flower, but I have a feeling that this may come in handy later if we're gonna find Dolo.
As Aylin says that, I look for the rest of the flowers, that if there are any more blossoms there, and literally just put them in the opposite pocket of where I have my clover leaves. I'm like, okay, yes.
Okay.
This makes so much sense.
And so I look around and I'm like, so now what do we do? I don't have an answer. I don't know where Dolo went. The cobbler's dead. Every time we go somewhere, they die.
I just
Is the cobbler dead?
Yes.
Yes.
Assassinated.
Assassinated.
Yeah, he was speared, I think.
Yeah.
The shadow demon. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's dead.
I have a question. What
Yeah.
exactly is the job that we're on again?
Okay.
So we're solving a murder?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are. Of a girl
Of a girl.
who was wearing the dress and the shoes
Yeah.
that we've been trying to figure out who made them.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
is why we came here.
But
And now
yes.
dead.
This is really stressing me out a little bit. Do we have any other leads, or did those people die too? It was the bull in the china shop. Yes, is that what happened?
There's literally one lead left.
What is
Which
that
is-
last lead, friends? Oh, magic
Hold,
voice.
please, while I go back through my.
Yeah.
Please,
No.
because I was not there for you hunting down these leads. So I do not know what we're doing, but I have many jobs lined up for us if you want to go do those instead.
Yeah.
Do we know where Ladylin curfew is? Like, did we get that information?
The only thing that you know about Ladylin Curfew is that she works for House Ildar.
Okay.
I say we go to House Ildar.
Okay, let's start walking right now.
Well, I try to get in front of ED. No, wait.
Why?
Should we at least look around the place, maybe for something?
In a dead man's home, that is disrespectful, Togo.
Oh yeah,
We do not-
and
we
so
do
is
not have
blaming
his-
a goblin for your problems. Yes, exactly. Just get on my way.
No, though they stabbed me. This man, we protected him. They almost
I
killed
didn't
Helen,
s-
Togo. I grabbed Togo by the head. They almost killed Helen.
I
Think
just roll
about
my eyes
that.
and I look at Togoth and I go, if you want to search, fine. I'm waiting outside, and I walk outside.
Yep.
So I want to actually go to the staircase.
All right. Yeah, sure. The house is a mess.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna die.
There's clothes that look to have been hastily packed away. Drawers are, half open and half empty. The stairway leads down to, that kind of medieval refrigerator of sorts. So it's just a storage area. But you'll notice that there's scraps of food on the table, like it looked like he was eating hastily. And one of the things that you notice is your pants seem to be a little moist in the rear from when you crashed into the bottom of the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to the fireplace, you'll notice that the wood looks to be damp and waterlogged. It almost looks like the fireplace was purposefully rigged to not be able to catch fire.
And can I tell if this was something that was done recently?
Doesn't look recent, but at the same time, like all the wood seems mushy to the touch. Definitely not something that you would want to have in a fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like this has been like this for a better part of a week.
Okay. And by any chance, are there any tracks or anything like using as much light as we can provide as far as with the torch? Am I able to see if there's a pattern or at least footprints or anything that would lead from that area out? Like if somebody just did this,
No.
or if I can see any instances. Okay, how about this? If there's any instances where there is a light source and something similar has happened, or I start checking I start looking around for stuff like that.
Yeah, if you start looking around, you'll find that there's some gas lamps that look like they've had irreparable holes kind of carved or scratched into the bottom where the oil reservoir would be.
So in other words, it's almost like he was sabotaged.
Yeah, like
That's what
that.
that's
Now
what it's
it
starting to
makes
sound like.
makes more sense why he spent so much money
On candles.
on candles. And really, he only had like 2 or 3 full candles left.
And I imagine, as I look around and I see that, does it look like those stairs are on the top corner of that home where we originally saw them? Does that look like it was disturbed? Or like if you can tell if he's been recently going down there? I imagine he wouldn't, considering how dark it is.
It looks like any steps leading up and down look to be older. So maybe definitely not today, but definitely like within the last day or two. And from what you remember him telling and how scared he was of the dark. You can imagine that this was something that he only went into like during the day and with at least a candle in hand.
Okay. I touch my shoulder so that I cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I might need this, and I'm gonna head down that way.
Went down
Down
to
the
the basement.
stairs. Yep.
Yeah, you see just a couple of cubbies for storing vegetables. Some of them look to be rotted away. There's one barrel of salt that looks to have jerky and other meats being preserved inside. There's a couple fish. Otherwise, nothing looks out of the ordinary.
I grab a couple of the jerky and I actually put it in my pockets.
Okay. Taking a dead man's jerky.
Yep. It's the best kind.
What are you gonna do after that? Everybody else is outside.
But so nothing out of the ordinary. Doesn't look like anything's out of place. It just looks like it's just been left there for a while.
Yep.
Okay. No, then I'll venture back up then.
All right. Outside, you see
If I
that
don't see
Bowleg is playing with Helen.
and I go up to Bowleg
Hmm.
and I say I walk up to him. Her name is Helen and she loves belly rubs. And he just
Yeah, and the second he puts his hand on her stomach, like she just gets on her back. Just all her legs are spread.
While everybody's outside, I want to be looking through a journal that I have in my bag where I keep my notes.
Okay. What are you
And
looking for?
I was what I found in my real notes, which was, and I kind of look at everybody and I'm like, guys, we're getting distracted. Whatever happened to Rialtro?
Who?
Never mind, E.T. Togoth.
Yeah.
Togoth. We never went to Tide Swallow Estates. That's where we're supposed to be headed.
oh, isn't that? And then I point over at ET. I go, you said that you were in a bunch of rooms in a hotel or a place in a fancy place. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the name of the place?
It was Tide Swallow, I think. Yes. Tide
And
Swallow.
I just, that's where Rialtro was from, who was sending the message that was doing the things, and that's what we were at some point supposed to go there with that weird church or temple thing we were at. Remember the guy with the paintings?
Do you want
And I'm
to
like
go?
mumbling at
I
this
touch my
time.
nose. I touch my nose. I go, yes.
Do you want to go back? Do you want to go to the Tide Swallow?
I think that is truly where our last lead lies.
Okay, then why are we still here?
Because I needed to confirm. And now, well, and Togoth was doing, I don't know, I guess Togoth things inside the house. Are we ready?
Togoth things.
Sure, yeah. Let us go.
Togoth things. Togoth things.
Let us start walking.
Alright.
I hand a piece of the jerky that's in my pockets, in one of my pockets, to Helen.
Oh, she
I
devours
go,
it.
this is dead man's jerky. It's the best. And I pat the child on the head, like even though he's like my eye level, I still pat him on the head.
Wait, I'm sorry. You just said dead man's jerky next to his little next door neighbor?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Wait, are we taking this kid with us?
No.
No, I just pat him on the head and I go,
yeah, kidnapping. Let's go.
No.
I wouldn't put it past you, E.T. Put it past you, bro.
On game, the start of the. We need to raise them young. He will learn.
No, I just pat him on the head. I just pat him on the head and I say, thank you so much for helping us out. I wish you the best. And I grow and I pick out another clover leaf and I give it to him from my pocket.
He takes it. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry for your loss.
What did I lose?
And I turn around and walk away. Nope, not gonna deal with this.
Hey, yo, I keep going and I'm like, grocery money. And I just keep going.
Yeah, why don't you give him another 10 gold while we're at it?
No, don't. Don't,
I walk
E.T.
over to the
Don't.
little boy.
E.T., don't. We need that money. Don't you want to buy the tavern?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah, come on.
Keep walking.
Don't give it. Yeah.
I only have like 31 gold left anyway.
that kid would have changed life so fast.
Yeah. You're like, fuck this guy, fuck my neighbor, fuck my parents. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yep.
That kid is side-eyeing me. I just took his gold.
He will never forget elves now.
No.
Yeah, that's how the BBEG started right there.
We're
That
gonna do-
moment
we're
where
gonna
you
have a beautiful time skip. And it's like 10 years go by, and there's just this mass execution of elves.
said,
Yeah, by some kid in some small town who grew up to just slaughter
Bugbears
them.
and goblins are being held in such high revere.
I revere. But yeah, it takes you a little bit to get out from the south part of the city where the overflow and the cemetery is, and get it back into the main part of the city and go down to Tideswallow State. And when you get there, it is very clear. Like it is the difference is night and day as far as what where you were staying at the Mutineers Lounge and what the Tideswallow is. The Tideswallow is an old looking 3-story plantation style home. It's massive. It is easily about 300 feet long by what looks to be like another 150 feet wide. The 3 stories each have like the second and third story each have like rooms with balconies. It is high class. Like the people going in and out are dressed very well. Like they looks like they spent at least 4 or 5 gold on just clothing.
Guys, I feel highly underdressed for this adventure.
You're fine.
Good on you.
and I
Good
look at
on
the
you,
fact that
E.T.
I'm just wearing a cloak. It's like, okay.
Don't worry, Togot. That's better than your disguise.
At a table outside in under one of the awnings, you see a glass raised in your direction, and you can see what looks to be this red-skinned, thin-horned tiefling, kind of smiling at all of you. Aelin recognizes him as Erascles.
Oh, that wasn't hard. That was very quick. That was very quick.
That was very quick. So I wave and put my thumbs up.
Emilio!
Who is
He
this
tips his
screwy-
hat like
Who is this
so.
person?
Oh, he gave us the information for the 2 dudes that just died.
Oh,
Where we could
hello. You need to give us more information.
His eyes widen. This loud bugbear addresses him, and his eyes immediately dart to you, Aelin. He's just like,
of course. And I was like, I'm like, E.T., listen. No one knows he gave me this information.
Oh,
This is all
shit.
hush hush. Yes. So just play it off like, you were joking. But this is all hush hush. I'm gonna handle talking to him.
Oh, then what
don't
do
worry.
you want us to do?
Hang out with me. You guys are like, we're a group, but
we get to stand next to you. But I
Yeah.
can't talk to him.
No, you can talk to him, but you just gotta keep everything on the hush hush. Like not let everybody know.
Okay, remember the last time we talked to Autolycus the Wise, right? 2 years ago, and I
Autolycus
told
the
you.
Wise, yes.
Yes.
Was this
so
before or after Aelin stabbed him in the throat?
This was definitely before, sir. What you have to say, because remember when I told you, I go, what's the first thing on your mind? And you said, Italicus is a bitch. And I said,
Yeah.
no, you have to use the third thing that you would say in your head. That's what you got to do. You don't say the first thing. You think about it, let it filter out, and then you get to the third one, and then that's
It
what you
was
have to say.
Italicus the Wise is a bitch. Italicus the Wise is a motherfucker. Italicus the Wise deserves to die, and then we killed him. And then we didn't get paid for it. I'm not sure if you remember this whole situation very well, my friend.
Okay, you're right. And he did deserve to die because he really was a bitch. But we're beyond the story. Yes, you guys are going to be standing next to me, and you're welcome. And also, you can talk. But, like, let's just make sure that we don't get, like, seen. Isn't this where your friend was staying?
Why didn't we get paid for that job?
Dolo.
Oh, yeah.
It was
right.
Dolo.
That's right. Fucking
Yeah.
Dolo.
Fucking Dolo. So then we keep walking, I assume.
Yeah.
And I hope that he's calmed down and seen my friend. So
You come over to his table, and he motions for the waitress to come over. Would you like something to drink?
Yes.
It's on me.
Oh. Okay.
Or would any of you be opposed to elven wine? And he kind of winks at Aelin.
No.
No.
Okay.
He just looks at the waitress. They will have what I am having. Please and thank you. And
Sure.
she nods and walks off.
Sure.
Wait, I just want to
That was 2 years
confirm
ago.
side here. His full name is what?
Scalise?
Yeah.
I love how now ET is now writing down
Now.
stuff that we have done. He's like, now he's writing it down. All right, this
make
happened
a
2
whole
years
section
ago.
in my notes for it.
It's okay. I wrote it down too, by the way. And I stabbed
Stabbed him in the neck.
The Wise in the neck, and he was a punk bitch.
We didn't get paid. Dolo.
Yep, we didn't get paid because of Dolo.
Asked.
Italicus wasn't as wise as his name would suggest. No.
No, but he ruled with an iron fist. That's chops.
Write down the notes, or we don't know what.
He was also a halfling, just so we're all aware. Italicus the Wise was a halfling.
So I look at Erascules and I'm like, well, what are you doing here?
I have come looking for information, as it were. What brings you and your band of misfits? There's one missing, isn't there?
That feels like an insult.
No, I hear it all the time.
There is one missing. Have you seen him actually? Said he was going for a stroll. Has been around.
Shakes his head no.
Well, we're actually here for information too. Are you seeing someone specific for the information you wish to gather?
Oh. I have it on good authority that there is a count from Moses who is about to leave the city. He has a job that pays quite a bit of gold. So
What is it?
I'm looking at ET going, no.
Yep. That's why I was like, I just like slyly look at ET like, you know, what we talked about.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess he asked, what is it?
Yep. And Erascules looks to him, looks at you. Just an eyebrow raises incredulously. It seems that the Count has lost some of his family's treasures. He's put a bounty on each of them. Currently, one is in the ruins to the northwest.
Interesting. Well, if you need some help, we're here. Do you know everybody that's usually around these parts?
I have friends.
Is there somebody here I could talk to about people who are supposed to be staying here?
I could ask the serving girl.
I mean, I'm here on a mission, as you know, and so
Oh,
I'd like to.
is this a mission that has deep pockets?
It does, indeed.
Okay. And you see that as the girl comes over and hands each of you a glass, and you notice that the glasses are tailored to your size. So Aylin's is a regular wine glass. Etiocles is a little bit bigger, and Togas is a little bit smaller.
I'm upset about that.
He looks up at her. He's just like, Iena, could we ask you some questions? Excuse me. Could my associate, the young lady here, ask you some questions about someone who might be staying here? And the girl kind of looks in your direction, and she smiles, and she's like, of course. And she extends her hand out to you. Iena Coulter.
I take her hand, give her a little nod, look up and just wink and smile and say hello. I'm like, thank you for being so gracious enough to help me. I was just wondering if there's been a gentleman here by the name of Riatro who's been staying here.
Ah, Mr. Ginta.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he has not stayed with us in some time. It's been at least 2 or 3 days since his contract expired.
Oh, what a shame. I'm late. Do you know if he was just leaving town or staying elsewhere?
No, I believe his family's ship is still at the dock. So he might be somewhere else in the city. He had a bit of a falling out with one of our, how you say, uh, house masters.
Ah. And is that housemaster here right now?
No. They were at the temple up until I think yesterday when they were finally healthy enough to be released.
Old. The master was at the temple until they were healthy enough to be released. Just so I could write that down.
Yeah. It seems that the wounds that Mr. Ginta assaulted him with were serious enough to warrant some healing. Oh.
Wow. And that happened yet and that happened a few days ago? How crazy.
Yeah.
Was anybody else injured?
No, it was as civil a matter as one can get. There was only one other person who witnessed the transaction, unfortunately, and they're a little bit difficult to get a hold of. I believe one of the mistmen has tried to question her, but it has not been successful.
You wouldn't happen to have her name. Sometimes, ladies just need another lady to talk to.
I would, and you see her put her serving tray on the table in front of you.
And what would that name be?
Erascales leans forward to you. He's like, "This is where you pay her for her information."
I give
I
her
look
a
at
full gold piece.
I was like, I look at ET. Look at
Like
ET.
it's like I grab like the tuft of his leg here. I'm like, the sister, time now.
This is why we keep the money.
Is that good enough?
Rascalese looks at the 1 gold piece, looks up at the plantation that you're sitting in front of.
Okay, I give her 6 more gold pieces.
And then you see him, at that he does raise an eyebrow and he smiles as he takes a sip out of the wine, and
Is that enough?
she takes the tray up off the table and pockets the gold. I believe who you're looking for, madam, is a young lady by the name of Ladelind Curfew.
Yes.
And does she stay here too?
No, she is an agent of House Ildar. It would be at one of their apartments.
I'm assuming that it stays near the house. One of her apartments would be near the house.
Some are, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm internally screaming. Internally screaming. And I look at her and I'm like, okay. Well, can you do me a favor? And
That depends.
just let me know. I'm staying, and I give her the name of the tavern I'm staying at. Can you send message when your master's back? The one that was beat up by the jerk who's no longer staying here.
Sure. Is this an actual establishment?
No.
What?
My establishment. Wait. I understood if it was my establishment.
No.
I didn't hear the an actual establishment. I was like, it is not mine.
Is this
Maybe
an actual establishment?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to own it very soon.
Quaint.
And we're gonna change the name and do it up real nice.
It will be called Helen's house.
That's still up for debate, but it's on the board as a choice.
Have you ever wanted to own a piece of property? It is a good way to make passive income.
Sure.
You know what passive income is?
Yeah.
Who taught you passive income?
Dolo and I talk a lot.
Who taught you that?
Dolo. When it is our turn for watch, we talk about passive income and, racial alignment and how not to be racist. It's pretty good. Slighting
Make a mental note. I make a mental note to have a talk with Dolo about his financial discussions. PET.
Yeah.
I don't think the message driving home. So
Jeff's gonna be like, I'm having a great time today. It's like, why are you talking about passive income?
Considering that he just gives away money to everybody,
Yep.
I don't think he understands.
Right. So his understanding is he's passing it on.
Yeah.
Pass this income over.
I get money from building and I give building to people. It is passive income for me to them. It is so it's called the trickle down effect.
Oh, they say it doesn't work. So I look, I was like, actually, it is an establishment, and I'd love to just, I'm sure your master has a lot to say about being injured and wounded. So in such an establishment like this, in front of all of his patrons.
I'm sure that once he comes back to work, that he will be happy to meet with you here in an establishment that is reputable.
Of course, just send message to the less reputable one, and I will bring my finest attire to this establishment.
Excellent. Can't wait to see what that looks like.
I look up at Aelin and I'm like, and her master again?
What is your master's name? Togoth.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's rare, but sometimes.
She nods at you. His name is Hinterbrev.
Name sounds familiar.
Hinterbrev?
Hinterbrev.
Okay. Well,
Does he
thank
pay
you.
you enough for a living wage?
He is not the housemaster responsible for pay, but I do get paid handsomely, yes.
That is good. I'm very happy for you. If you ever wish to seek an adventurous lifestyle, we are always accepting applications.
That's not a lifestyle for me, no.
Okay.
I look at her and go, before you go, what is his responsibilities here?
Master Brev handles the, shall we say, enjoyment of our guests.
Ah. And I kind of wink at her.
Like chess.
She nods. Sure,
Oh, I like chess.
just like chess.
Chess is a good game.
Especially if you own the
Just
queen.
I mean,
okay.
she's. Do you have a chessboard here? I would love to play with Togo.
We
No,
don't have time for that, E.T. I'm sorry. Okay.
She walks away.
And okay, awesome.
Fuck up about the horsey right about now. Would they do the L shape?
Rascalese just kind of raises an eyebrow. I have to say, Aelin, that your group is most interesting.
I don't disagree with you, to be honest with you. I don't. But I've found that sometimes it's only an interesting group of people that can handle what most find difficult or possibly impossible.
Oh.
And then I point to E.T. and I was like, that guy can kill a lot of people very fast. I've seen it.
Yes.
Is that all you
Yes.
minimize me to when I'm not around?
No. I have maximized you to an epic warrior.
But what
One
else am I?
worthy. He is also a very gentle man with his dog. Helen is amazing. He would be a good dad.
You see a Rascalese grab one of the treats off of the plate on the table, and then his hand disappears under the table for a moment, and then it comes back empty.
Oh, he has fed Helen. Look at that.
You
No.
should ask
Wait,
to feed
hold
another
up, hold up.
person's dog.
Helen has not moved, correct? 'Cause
Helen
I
has not
imagine-
moved from ET's side.
Oh,
Correct. So I'm like,
Wait,
so do you also have a pet?
You could call him that, but I wouldn't. He is my associate. And you see little, these muddled brown and green scaled claws come up on either side of the, next to him. And then just like an alligator coming up out of the water, you see the top of this kobold's head come up over the side of the table. You just see the little ridges come up and back down towards his tail. And as the rest of his head pops up, you see that there's like a little bow tie. No shirt, but there is a vest. This is
wearing a bow tie and a vest.
Yeah. This is my valet. His name is Kromash Chris, but we call him Mesh.
hello, Mish.
He waves.
Why, hello there, Mesh. And I'm like, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, he's like just south of 3 foot tall. You can tell that he's like straining to put himself on his like little balls of his feet to get up so that you can see just like how magnificent he can be. But it's really, for the best part, the best image of him is just like this little humanoid crocodilian creature. He's got like brown and green scales, like I said, but his belly and the under part of his jaw are all yellowish, and it kind of comes down to where a ball sack would be, and then there's just the tail.
All right then. Was he with you the last time I saw you?
Oh, he is always with me, yes.
Oh.
Do not
man, I would've
do
liked
not
you a lot more if I'd
underestimate
seen
the
him.
sneakiness.
So, what do you do, Mesh?
You see him reach into his vest and he pulls out a knife.
Oh, I like that.
And then
It's good.
Erascides looks at him and is like, no, put it away. And he just quickly nods and slides the knife back into his vest.
Where did you find this little man?
He was ostracized by his tribe. There is a small group of kobolds that reside on one of the small islands to the east. They had sent him away on a burning ship, and he would have died if not for the fact that the ship that I was on was coming into port at the same time. So I got to see this small beacon of fire in the bay, and I investigated.
Insight check.
Sure.
That doesn't feel like his
No matter what
MO.
you get, they're lying. No matter what you get,
Doesn't
they're
feel like his MO at all.
vampires.
Oh, it's fine. I got a 4. This guy's telling the
Yeah,
most
but
truth.
Oh yeah, you're
no,
like
for sure. It's
That
for
is
sure
a
was a vampire
heroic
attack.
story.
yeah. For you, this is the most heroic thing you've heard about, and you've
That
never met
is-
Erascides before.
I'm just staring at him, like I know this is bullshit.
For sure.
Yeah, I know this is bullshit, but I'm smirking at him. I want him to know that I'm smirking at him
Oh,
for entertaining ET over here.
Can I throw him?
You don't know that it's fake.
Yeah.
Like it's bullshit.
I want
you
to
don't know that
throw.
it's
I want to throw him.
the cobalt.
Yes.
I would not do that,
Wha-
ET.
I feel
Remember
like
what we talked about on the way here?
I feel like
Remember-
he can go very far.
He can ride Helen.
And I smack his kneecap.
What? Why are you hitting?
So as they're going and handling their things, I look at Erasciles and I'm like, when are you meeting the Count? Am I interrupting something by being here?
Oh no, not at all. I'm not meeting him per se. I'm meeting an agent that has access to him. Apparently, he has recently lost his valet, a young boy named Gavin, and so
Yeah, all of a sudden, just like you see, like Togoff kind of is like he's like
just sinking into his seat.
it's sinking into my armor as I'm going deep into like.
Yep, straight
It's
turtle.
Realize very quickly that I need to get out of this situation because I cannot contain neither ET and Togoth in this situation
Yep.
for
Oh
much
no!
longer.
You better get. you
So
better
I'm
get me
like
the fuck outta
immediate.
there.
like, I see the minute I see Togoth do this, I'm like, well, you know, Erasciles, I hope that you do well in your venture for the Count. I'm gonna go continue this lead because, as you know, I've got a mission I need to complete
Sure.
in order
Yes.
for me. And so I get up and I'm kind of like shooing like ET and Togoth to get going, and I waved goodbye and I was like, I hope we'll talk soon. And I just
He nods,
make my
and you see the kobold just wave goodbye, and as he does, his head sinks under the table like a crocodile sinking into the water.
As
I
he's
love
doing
him.
that, right?
I love him
and,
very much.
I do, as I wave to that kobold and as we're leaving, I literally just doing that go. Just turn, giving the a good old
Did you
archer
just
salute.
Yep.
Did you just give that young boy the archer salute?
Kobold.
He could not have been older than 5.
How old do you think I am?
At least, like 17.
Not even close.
How old
I'm
do you
not
think
even
I
10
am?
yet. Not even 10. I just turn around and I walk away.
That's
I'm
sad.
just like walking outside.
all right. Well, then, how much time has passed since we've now that we've traveled? from the cobblers to the tide swallow, and now we're heading back. It was evening already, so are we
Yeah.
going into like the wee hours of the morning
Yeah,
now?
by the time you're done with all of this, it's easily 2 a.m.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. So as we're walking, guys, we need to go to House Ildar, but I feel like if we just roll up there at like 2 o'clock in the morning, no one is gonna want to help us. But that's just, a feeling. I just have that as a feeling.
We could sleep on
I'm-
their porch.
We could, but
I
is
mean,
that the
isn't
wisest choice? I don't think that's the wisest choice.
so? Hold on. Who, the girl who is dead? Who did she come from?
House Ildar.
So we are going to House Ildar.
Correct. Which I don't
Yes.
know how, we
So
haven't
then,
thought about going there
as
first.
far as I'm aware, we should go there and tell them we are here to solve the murder of your kin.
We should. But again,
No matter the time.
still think not a great idea. Only
Be-
because it's 2 in the morning.
Well, if the murder was
And we don't
important to
they
them.
don't even know us. They don't
Wait,
even know who we are.
this is true.
So I think
Um,
we should head back to the tavern, rest up, and go first thing in the morning. Maybe by then we can find more information out about where the hell fucking Dolo went.
We could just. I mean, I don't know. I actually do not have an answer.
maybe we can leave him a note.
Hey,
You know I will.
have you thought about
If he's I will. All right, so I guess we go. I mean, are we going back to the tavern to just rest and then wake up in the morning?
Maybe
I really don't want to go there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe they've hired help by now.
Maybe they
No.
have.
Maybe not.
No. Wow. Imagine running a tavern and not having help. Couldn't be me.
I know.
Yeah.
That asshole that did that to him. Fuck that guy.
What a fucker.
What a guy. What an asshole.
What a scumbag.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we head back to the tavern.
Okay.
Or the inn where we were saying. Sorry.
You won't get the benefits of a long rest because you're still within the 24 hours of your last long rest.
Old. I didn't say I was resting.
Okay.
I just said I were going back to the
Yeah. I'm just letting you know that you're not going to
Okay.
get the benefits of a long rest.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you guys get back. It's quiet. There's nobody in there. Everybody seems to be at across the street at the Stardust Brew. But
Is there a lot of people there? Can we tell that there's a lot of people over there?
Yeah. Across the street, everybody's there. Everybody that would be at the lounge is over there now.
I bet we
It's-
could talk to the inn owner right now about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like if we're walking by there and we see that there's a lot of people out there, maybe we should stop by there. Like maybe I'm in the mood for a brew. It's 2 in the
Oh.
morning and it's been a long fucking day.
Oh, I'm talking about the place we're staying.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm suggesting we go there. Talk to him a bit. See where he feels right now on selling.
All right.
Oh my god.
It's a
Go.
buyer's market.
But you don't have the money.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Okay, so I guess we'll stick to that original idea of going into the tavern. And I guess ET wants to talk to the owner.
Okay. Excuse me. The main part of the room is empty. There's the minimal amount of candles needed to kind of light the place up comfortably. But you notice that there's a doorway that leads to the back to where the kitchen was, wherever you would see Mandan or Rafe kind of go back there. They would always come out with food. There is a light that is coming from underneath the door. And there's a couple of candles that have been lit on the way up to the rooms themselves.
Hello? Oh shit, maybe he's dead.
Damn.
We hear
There's
no
nobody-
response from him yelling.
None.
I go knock on like a counter. Like, hello?
Is there no one in this inn?
At that, you do see the door open, and you see a human male and a human female step out. The male looks out. He's like, "Yeah, what? What can I do for you?"
I just nobody's here. It is sad.
Yeah, because I lost my servers.
How did that happen?
Some asshole came in here and gave them money for no reason.
But that isn't that like a tip? Isn't that good?
Not when it's a cartload of gold. No.
So they got a cartload of gold working this gig?
No, they got a cartload of gold from some jerk who came in here and just started throwing money around.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, it very much is. Yeah, the most insane thing I thought of today.
But he looks
So
at
is there no one watching the inn? Well, since there's nobody working here.
no. If I hear
What
somebody come in, I will ask if they want anything. But otherwise, the rooms upstairs are rented except for one. The three of the four are rented. So
Well, yeah, I know. It is to
It's
us.
us.
We're the assholes who are upstairs.
all right.
I have a question then. Like, I'm interested in establishing capital in the city. How would you recommend going about that?
You could sign up for a business license and try to see if one of the houses will represent you.
Interesting. Okay. Business license? Question mark. Okay.
Where did you find a piece of paper? In a pen? In a
All
parchment?
right. I'm kind of like
I'm writing
I
it
see
with my
that this
hand.
is going the way that it's going.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then I want to head up to my room. Let them handle their buying of the tavern business.
Sure.
Oh, I have no stake in this. I'm just.
I mean, my friend Togo and I were wondering, with the
Now you
direction
have a
that
stake in it.
with the
Oh,
direction that
apparently I do now.
with the direction that the city is going in, and with assholes coming in and stealing employees from you, how would you feel? I don't know about possibly pursuing a partnership.
Uh,
I have nothing
I
to offer
visibly-
except security.
I visibly I step back so that ET does not see. I'm not in his line of sight, and I just no. Do
I've
that.
begun establishing a name for myself in this city as a person going around stopping bad people from doing bad things. I'm not sure if you remember roughly 3 to 4 nights ago when I murdered many people in this room.
he nods.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in self-defense.
Yeah. If I still had employees, maybe I would have floated the idea of bringing in a partner.
Yes.
But you were actually a little too late on the subject.
Oh shit.
I just sold the place to the widow here.
The woman sitting next to him?
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Itiocles the Forgotten. How do you feel about a 50-50 partnership? I killed many people here the other day because they were causing a ruckus.
She looks at him and she's like, I'll come by in the morning to finalize everything with the magistrates, Tyler.
Oh.
It's good to see you again. He's like, Yelissa, it is always nice to see you. And thank you for taking this off my hands. She nods and she just walks by you, the two of you.
Oh, well, okay. All right, Tyler, congrats. How much did you sell the location for?
I sold her for 300 gold.
Hey, that is a good number. That's a good number.
Yeah, it's enough for a nice little retirement. I'm thinking of heading up to Arcanal or over to Moses where it's quieter.
Oh, I have heard many good things about Moses.
I want to I want to run a stealth check to see, since I'm not in his line of sight anymore, if I could just walk
Upstairs?
away up into the stairs.
Sure. Let's have you make a stealth check.
I mean,
Yep, with disadvantage.
Helen would let me know.
I give Helen a piece of jerky as I'm going up there.
She's only loyal to one man. That's me.
Oh man, okay. I rolled an 18 and an 8.
Oh. What does the 8 get you?
I'll tell you right now. That 8 gives me a 10 total.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is Etiocles' passive perception. And so even with you giving Helen a piece of jerky and kind of like slowly slinking away towards the stairway, there's a moment where the candlelight catches the bit of metal, the right part of the shield, and E.T. sees a glint of metal about the head of the stairs.
Let us have drinks with Tyler. He has sold his location and he is moving to Moses. Or Orkano.
I'm just so tired. I just want to take a nap.
I grab him by the back of the armor. You have no reason to be tired. We've been up for like 4 hours. Onto the bar. Tyler.
No.
Let us open your nicest bottle of drink. And cheers to new beginnings. Here, have 5 gold.
He's like, all right, this will cover the bottle at least, so sure. And he
make it 10 gold.
Walks in, comes back with a bottle and 3 glasses.
I am very happy for you, friend. I've always wanted to start a business.
Oh,
settle down.
It's a bit of a headache, so I will warn you.
I believe you. I don't think I am the business type.
Yeah, you just gotta know. But it's all about passive income.
That is what I've been saying. You get income from location, and then you spread it amongst others.
Yeah,
passively.
yeah. I mean, that's all the secret is, really.
This is what I thought it was. But the income
Tyler, who is that lady, by the way?
Everything trickles down, you know?
Yes, trickle down economics. Yes. That was Ulissa, Togo. Were you not listening to their conversation like I was?
He looks at you like, that's Ulissa Girtham. She's a widow. She owns the Stardust Brew. She's been a friend of mine for some time. I was a good friend with her husband before he passed.
Sorry for loss. I know what it is like to lose.
He went off into the ruins, so we all knew what he was getting into.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
By the way, while this is happening, I want to sneak out of the window of my room after I've locked the door.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured you were up to some fuck shit. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to very roguishly. I want to go to the Stardust brew across the way, and I want to grab a brew and just see who's around and what they're talking about, who's in the area.
Okay. You can see that there's a big group still, even though it's really late. Even our odds in your favor.
Even in my favor.
Roll the 9.
Damn it!
you can see a couple of people kind of tossing about what looks to be a cloak made for a smaller person. They're kind of playing keep away, but there's nobody that they're keeping it away from. They're just kind of being drunken idiots about it. And one of the guys comes up to the bar and kind of points down at his drink. the girl that was there the day before, Dela, comes over, trades him his empty cup for a full cup, and he goes back to the group.
So I look at. I'm at the bar, I assume, right?
Yep.
So I asked Dale. I'm like, who'd the cloak belong to?
Oh, a little halfling man about. I don't know. They're so tough to nail down an age for them. It's so strange. Like they look like wee children, but they have like these adult features sometimes.
Yeah. Um. Did you catch his name?
I didn't. One of them though knew him. I think they called him by his surname. Um, they used the title of master, kind of sarcastically. Apparently, he comes from money.
Which one of them knew the halfling?
She points at the half orc with the beard. That one.
Do you happen to know his name?
Ooh. If I recall correctly, I think it's Vigram or Vigran, something like that.
Can I get another brew?
Oh, sure. She takes her empty cup and replaces it with a full one.
I want another one. Second one. And I want to take it to the half orc.
Okay. And she gives you a second one on top.
Okay. Well, I grab it. Are they all still tossing the cloak?
No, by the time that you come around, like they just stop. They see you and they stop.
Oh, don't stop for me. That looked fun. Where is the little guy?
The half orc looks over. It's just like took off. Who can say? Sensitive.
I hate overly sensitive people. Can't take a joke. And I hand him the beer.
He looks down at it. Thanks, I guess.
Eh. I try to do one good deed a night. Figured why not buy you a beer? Boom. Check that off my list.
All right.
And I sit down next to him. So, did you know I take it you knew the halfling?
Yeah, I did some work for him and his family, but cheapskates.
You know, they really don't pay enough nowadays.
Especially at the docks.
Not enough passive income, you know?
Yeah.
You work over at the docks?
Sometimes.
There's been a boat there for a while. Apparently some rich people there.
There's always boats.
So what was the halfling's name? He's such a cheapskate. I want to make sure I avoid him.
Are you looking for work in the docks?
I'm always looking for work.
You don't look like you got the strength for it. And he kind of smiles.
I think it's really cute that you think you know what strengths I do or do not have. But trust that I can handle my own.
Just that your arms look flabby and weak.
But I have a very strong mind. You look very strong. Do you have a weak mind?
No.
So you can have both, right?
I guess. Yes.
Cool. I take a sip of my drink. I look at him like, so the halfling, what was his name?
Oh, We called him Master Ginta.
Oh, he just left here just now.
Maybe like 30 minutes ago.
Got it. So I take a few drinks, take a few more sips. I clink his drink, and I tell him, "Well, thanks for the talk. I'm headed out. Have fun, boys." And I leave, and I want to follow any possible trail that this Master Ginta may have left.
All right, make an investigation check. Back inside the lounge, the older gentleman just kind of looks at the two of you. I'm gonna need you to settle up your room tab before I hand over the deed to the place. You have to renegotiate your contract with.
How much is the room?
All the 3 rooms will come out to 3 gold for the week that you've been here.
And I point right at ET. I go,
I just look down at Togo. Togo, I've spent a lot of money this evening. Can you handle that one?
Oh my god, so now you're worried about your passive income?
This is not passive. This is more of a capitalistic kind of thing where we have taken a service and need to repay that service. Can you handle it? Remember when I had to pay for information earlier? That was like 6 gold.
He just looks at
And
you. He's like, you
I
spent
reach
6
in,
gold
I
on
reach in-
information?
I was told that's how much information cost.
Where were you? The Tide Swallow?
Yes.
Oh, that's your first mistake.
Oh, should we not be going there for information?
Not unless you got money for it. No, yeah. Everybody knows.
Oh, I definitely don't. That was a lot of money for information.
Everybody knows only rich people hang out at the Tide Swallow.
Yeah, they're assholes there.
Oh, for sure.
I like the atmosphere here more.
I reach into my pocket, and the only thing I have is that 1 platinum piece that Gavin had on him that I put into my pocket.
Yep.
And
Can you break it? Can you break a platinum?
Can you break a platinum?
Oh no.
I look back at ET. I go,
Can you just pay this and we'll talk about this later, please?
Am I just money to you, Togo?
Oh my god.
Is that all I am?
You know that I don't.
and I grab the platinum piece in my hand and I just put it in his hand and I just walk away. At this point, I'm just like, God, and I'll just head straight up the stairs.
I have 1 platinum.
Yep.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Here's 3 gold. And I guess in the morning we will settle with her. A new deal, I suppose.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you know if the exchange rate is going to change or if it will be the same?
I'm not privy to that information.
Neither am I. That is why I will. Okay, it's fine. I'm probably going to sit down here a while longer, if that is okay.
Yeah, you have the rest of the bottle. It's yours.
Appreciate it, friend.
And he
Good
goes
luck in Moses
Hey,
or
he goes
Arcanol.
to the back, and you see the light under the door just snuff out.
Times. If only Dolo was there.
As I'm walking up the stairs, and I pass through the rooms, do I see the light? Do I see candlelight on any of the rooms?
Upstairs?
There's 4 rooms, right?
Yeah, and 3 of them belong to the 4 of you.
Correct.
There's no light in Dolo's room. There's light in Aylin's room, and there's no light in the other 2 rooms.
Okay. I'm just walking I take it that Aylin is needs time for herself. That's how it usually is. So I just go ahead and I walk into my room.
Yep. And Helen comes bounding in behind you and just jumps on the bed.
At least you're listening to me.
It works.
So in fact, I want to use a first level spell. And speak with animals.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah. And so I want to talk to Helen for a little bit while he's down there.
All right. Let me
Helen.
bring up your character sheet so I can see what exactly that does.
Speak with animals.
Yeah.
Gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever you can perceive or have perceived in the past day.
Oh, you can cast it as a ritual,
And
so you don't have to spend a spell slot. You don't want to.
yeah, so I'll take the 10 minutes just to sit there.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. So you see that she's just kind of like happily panting. And as the spell kicks in, you hear her. This is nice. This is nice. This is soft. I like this. This is soft. Soft.
And it's been a while since I've heard Helen's voice. I was like,
Oh, Helen, hi.
and I
Hi.
grab a piece of another piece of jerky that I have. I go, Helen, and I start waving it a little bit over in front
She
of her.
looks at you. She's like, hi, green thing.
Look, we've talked about this. Turgoff, right?
Green
Turgoff.
thing. And she
Yes.
licks your face.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. So, okay, I want to.
Clearly,
Can you tell me-
intelligence is not high.
I know her intelligence is not high. Yeah, it might not work out.
Dolo.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dolo.
it's a 3.
Oh yeah, this is great. This is great. Do you remember? Do you remember what you did yesterday with your dad?
With your dad? Do you remember what you did yesterday with your dad?
Remember, yes, green thing. Feed me.
Yes, but first, I gave you a lot. Just tell me.
Yeah, meat and
Where
mouth.
did you go yesterday?
Meat and mouth, yes.
Okay.
And I toss it.
She starts to chew on it.
Okay.
Oh, good. Salty, good.
Yes. That man's jerky is the best.
Yeah.
Sir. So tell me, what did you do yesterday when you guys were gone?
I ran. Saw beach, sand and toes, and she kind of starts to put her paws on your face.
Okay, yes, sand and toes. And it was just you and your dad and E.T.?
Big fur and other big fur, yes.
Yeah, it looks like your dad, right? Yeah, it looks they're very similar.
And I grab another piece of jerky and I toss it. I'm
Starts
running
to
out
chew
of
on
jerky.
it. Yeah.
And
What else did your dad and the other furry do?
They talk. They hug. They fight. They eat. They fight.
Who did they fight?
Themselves. Each other. They fight. She licks your face again. I like green thing.
Okay.
Green thing feeds.
Yes, give one more piece.
Yes, but did they fight anybody besides themselves?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Do you remember the gentleman that was here, that Gavin? Weird looking guy?
Dead boy,
Just
dead
can't
boy,
remember.
dead boy, dead.
Dead boy, yes, dead boy, yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
starts to circle. Dead boy was dead. Dead boy dead.
Yes. Do you remember who the dead boy was with? The taller man, taller guy, Count? You may have heard the Count.
Cape Man, yes. The
Okay.
dead boy belonged to Cape Man.
Yes, Cape Man, yes, Cape.
And then I give another treat.
Yes, Cape Man, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember where?
And I started like doing like the and then pantomiming almost like a house.
Do you remember where they met? The place that it looked like that they met.
Oh, big house, big house.
Okay. A big house by the water.
Water, yes, water. And then she throws up. And your 10 minutes are up.
Yep, and that's it.
Hello, Togo, Helen. It is time for bed. Are you ready to sleep?
Oh, God damn it! Yes.
Do you want to be little or big spoon?
Are you asking me or Helen?
Both.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
He
Oh.
flops down on the bed in the middle.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Actually sneezed.
Such a deep sneeze.
I'm still allergic. It's the pet dander. It's just, it gets to me sometimes.
Then you will be little spoon. I will be big middle spoon, and Helen will be big spoon.
Helen's already in the middle of the bed.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh.
So what did you guys talk about downstairs?
oh, what did we talk about? I paid our debt, and then he walked away, and I kind of sat there for like 10 minutes exactly. And then I walked back here, and now I am here, laying down in this bed.
It would be 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
20
Yeah.
minutes exactly, because it took you 10 minutes to cast. And I didn't know that, though. I was there for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
just sitting. I killed the bottle. It was good. It was good. Yeah, we're going to have to move out of here tomorrow, by the way. Just heads
What?
up. Yeah, because new ownership. I paid our rooms, but we will have to rebuy. We will have to reset the stay.
Okay. And
so-
what? We can't just pay that?
What do you mean?
But
So
I
you know
gave
how?
you,
So you know
I
the,
gave
the
you one platinum.
yes, and
you
yes,
know that's more than gold, right? Just
you are insulting my intelligence. Yes,
okay.
I am aware of the transactional rate of gold to platinum. Do you understand that we have stayed here for 3 days and paid that stay, and now there is new ownership of the tavern?
Correct. So you can't just pay the new owner out. That part is still
No, because
escaping.
our contract, in theory, our contract ended with Tyler. Ulissa has. We have to restart a new one with Ulissa.
Okay, so I don't understand. We're
Where
not
are
being
you
moved
getting
out.
confused?
How are we moving out?
Because we do not have a confirmed place tomorrow. For all we know, we go downstairs tomorrow. Ulissa is there, and she goes,
Why are you yelling?
because
Why?
you are
Why?
making me frustrated.
Helen, please just calm him down.
I'm just gonna, and I just talk over. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
She turns around and she just starts licking your face.
We are not. Hold on. I am explaining it to Togo. He does not understand.
I cast silence.
we-
Yep.
Exactly.
That was epic.
The sound of silence is amazing.
Isn't it in like a sphere? Aren't you also silent?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
silent.
I know. So
Yeah. My question is, does Togo fall asleep before the 10 minutes are up? Or do the 10 minutes of silence wear off?
I wait until the 10 minutes just to make sure that he's not talking anymore.
Okay.
Do you know if you have been silenced?
You can hear that none of your words are coming.
Okay. Okay.
And I have my back to him, so it's literally I don't see any of this whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yep.
Like you even see Helen's mouth like open and close like she just barked, but there's no noise.
Go to bed.
And she just starts to freak out, and you see her run off the bed and just
Freaking out.
she's trying to find any part of the room where she can actually hear herself.
I believe she would be able to. Let me see.
Isn't it like a 10-foot sphere?
The 20-foot sphere.
20-foot sphere?
Oh, it's 20-foot sphere.
It's like this room's barely 10 feet.
Yeah. So in fact, if anybody wanted to come here and try to kill us, we wouldn't be able to hear it either.
Yeah, good fucking job. And you lost a spell slot.
Well, I mean, we're going to bed, so I'll get a bed.
Not long rest bed.
we're not,
Not
we're not
long
getting,
rest bed.
not getting a long rest out
He
of
said
this.
that.
Yeah, you see
said it.
in her desperation, she jumps out the window.
I jump out the window!
No.
Yeah. And she takes off
I laugh,
running.
but wait, it's more like this. That's all you see.
Helen, I'm going to kill him in the morning. Follow her. I follow her
Yep.
wherever she goes.
Just running away.
Helen,
Where-
heal.
Well, on the spear, you could call her now.
Heal.
He did.
Yeah, where's Aiden through all this?
You asked me to roll an investigation check
Yes.
to go find. Yeah.
What'd you get?
13 on the die, and I have no plus on that, so just 13.
But it is wisdom, so you have a +1 from wisdom. Be 14.
Okay, 14. Hope that helps.
So you look around as you come outside, trying to figure out what kind of tracks a halfling would leave, depending on what kind of mood you would imagine he's in. These guys seem to have been playing keep away, so you imagine that there must have been some kind of bullying or some kind of at least confrontational energy going on.
Right.
So you try to look for things like turned over glassware, things like that. And you start to follow it down. And after a while, you find yourself in the far north end of town. You're at the estates, and the tracks kind of come up to where the big cul-de-sac that leads to the Ildar house is. And outside the gates, you can see that there are portraits of Lady Yasika that have been placed outside. There's a bunch of flowers that people have left behind. There's even some people still mourning the young girl. There looks to be 3 guards at the gate, and the house beyond looks massive. There's also in plantation style. It looks to be 3 stories, but each story kind of gets smaller as it goes up, unlike the tide swallow, which used up all of its footprint. But you can also see that there's a couple of houses on the property as well that are 2 or 3 stories, but they're smaller. They're not as large. They're not plantation size. They look to be apartments. And you just see that this is where the trail ends.
At the house, in front of the house where people are like it leads to the estate.
Mhm.
Not to the apartments, right?
No.
Okay. And there's people at like 3 a.m, just like mourning outside this house.
Not actively, but it looks like they fell asleep mourning.
Damn. Okay. All right. Do I notice any lights on in either the house or the apartments, as if there's anybody still stirring, or is everything kind of dark?
For the most part, the houses are dark. There's the usual set of lighting that's outside. But you will notice that one room in the second story of the main building still has its lights on, and one apartment has a light on the first floor.
And the guards that are standing outside the house are near the mourning area, like where people have the signs and stuff?
No,
Or are they further away?
they're at the gate themselves. It's one on either side of the
Okay.
gate, one at the middle where the 2 gates connect. The portraits are off to either side of the gate, but they're good 70 to 100 feet away from either side of the gates.
Okay. I walk up to the gate. Talk
Okay.
to one of the guards.
One of the guards just looks down at you. Tall, looks to be Goliath. Bald. There's what looks to be this kind of tribal, not tattoo, but a kind of tribal scarification along the left side of his face that leads down past his neck into his shirt, where you would imagine it would spread to the rest of his body. But he looks down at you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Is Master Ginta here? I was just at a brew house, and there was some guys there, and they were being really mean, and they stole his cloak, and I wanted to make sure he was okay.
He spits on
Did
the
he just come
ground.
through here?
He spits on the ground. He's like, if you would have come through here, I would have killed him. There's no Ginta here.
Oh,
And none of the Gintas are allowed on the property anymore.
I'm so sorry. I was told that he was a representative of this house. I'm so sorry.
That's been revoked.
Oh. Well, what was he doing here?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Do you know where he went afterwards?
No, ma'am. Can't say I do. The only one that
Okay.
might have been up and around would have been the Master of Inquiries, but I think he has since gone to bed.
There's a light on. I see. Do you think maybe he's still up?
I could check,
And I point at.
but I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you.
I also noticed there was a light on in the apartments over there. Is it maybe somebody over there could help me? Do you know who stays in that room?
No, ma'am. The apartments are just for the people who are staying in there. It could be any one of a number of people who are guests of House Hildar.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
And I start to walk away and turn around, I'm like, they told me that a ladlein I could find here too. Is that true?
I believe Miss Curfew is one of the guests, yes, on the premises. But
You know what room I could find her in? I'm not going to disturb her this night, but I'd like to visit her tomorrow morning.
he turns around, he looks, and he's just like, Unfortunately, her light is off right now, so I cannot disturb her at this
No, no, no.
hour.
Of course not. Of course not. I mean, just point me which one it is, and I'll visit tomorrow.
Can't do that, ma'am. Guests are brought out from within the apartments. No one is expressively allowed inside the plantation unless we have word from the top. You understand?
Of course. Of course. And it's really sad about Lady Jessica.
You know, it's
Do you guys know anything? Have you had any updates on anything?
we heard that Mr. Quinto is responsible for her death.
Got it. Who told you that?
Word has gotten to us.
Probably why you kicked him out, huh?
Well, probably why Jariah's kicked him out, sure.
Jariah is the master of the house.
Jariah Sildar.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very much for that information. And I walk away. Can I sneak by the stealthily go by the apartment light that's on and see if I can see anything inside?
You would have to climb the fence into the estate grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You
Maybe I
do it.
don't want to do that.
Do it.
I mean, a part of me wants to be honest with you. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I want to. Can I move? Is there? I want to walk around stealthily and see if there's an area that is hidden away from the 3 guards at the front that I can climb and get into the property.
Unfortunately,
Scope it out.
the cul-de-sac is built in such a way that they're at the apex of a circle, so the fence leading into the estate is all in front of them.
Okay. So you're saying there is not a chance?
Not currently, no.
Okay.
Real quick, Will, I just wanted to ask, because silence was a ritual, would I have been able to cast it without having to take up a spell slot?
You would have to have taken a ritual to do it, so it would have taken you at least 10 minutes of ritualistically sitting there.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. Yeah, never mind.
And so he still would have been talking to you throughout those 10 minutes.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to hear
About
shit.
passive
Never mind.
economy.
Okay. I make my way out,
Yep.
and I'm gonna leave if I don't think that I can get in there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head back into town at a leisurely pace. I kind of want to see who's out and about at this hour, and especially near this household. If I see anything of importance or that I might find shady. How close are they to the docks? They're pretty close to the docks, right?
Not at all.
No, they're not.
No.
Okay.
The closest dock to the estate area is still a half hour away by foot and running.
Okay. And what dock would that be? Is the closest to this one?
I'll tell you right now. Right. Work. All of these books went on top of it. There we go. The closest docks to the estate the high streets, as it's called, would be the Guild Aisle. And really, that there are no real docks there except the private ones. So you would be looking at the yard, which is where each of the family docks are. And you'd have to go through Gallows Square, where the main magistrate building is, and things like that.
Okay. All right. So I just make my leisurely way back to the inn, and just like I said, scoping out the area. I'm not really in a hurry home.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing really odd at this hour. A lot of people seem to be coming back from the fairgrounds. So for you having to go through some of the bridges, you'll see that a lot of people that are coming back into what is the main part of the city, like the heart of the city, by Seashade Park, sorry, or Sundown Plaza, are coming in from that direction. But there's nothing really that stands out.
I what areas that I have already been to are in my path on the way to the inn? Anything? Like any of the bars I've been to or anything like that on my way?
Not at all.
Okay.
The high streets are in the northwest part of town. Everything that you've been to has been east and southeast.
Okay. All right. So I go back to the inn to go sneak back into my room before these fuckers are getting into shit.
Yeah. What would Togo's reaction be to Helen and Etiocles running off?
Would he hear?
Oh, I would, because I'm still awake.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't see them on my way back?
No, you took way too long.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I have to keep concentration in order for silence to stay on.
Yeah.
So I have to be awake for it. So I see Helen jump, and then I see him, and then I see E.T. jump out afterwards. I laugh for a moment, but then I realize, oh shit, he just left again. So I turn off the silence so that I can see where they're heading to.
Okay. Yeah, you see them just rush off into the middle of the street and just run in a westerly direction.
At this point, I'm just gonna run down. I'm not gonna jump out the window because unlike these guys, I could die.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take my leave down the steps outside through the bar.
Okay. So by the time Aelin gets back, Dolo's door is still closed and no light is coming from underneath it, but Togoff's door is slightly ajar. A little bit of a light coming from inside, but there's nobody in the room.
Hey, do I notice anything? Like a window open?
There is a window. There's a window open.
There's always a window open. There's always a window open.
I look out the window. Do I notice anything like brush or movement?
There is heavy digging in a manner of manner of a large dog running away.
Fuck. Not again. Not again.
Aelin has been left to her own devices. Everyone is in some way, shape, or form somewhere that isn't together. And as the realization that Dolo might be somewhere with some archfey Who knows where E.T. and Helen are? Who knows what Togoth is gotten into, considering the last time he was left his own devices, he tried to make himself up as a different species altogether. Yeah. This is where we're going to pick up the next session. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us. As always, please take care of yourselves. Continue to wash your hands. Continue to wear your masks in public. If you are of age and you can get yourself vaccinated, please get yourself vaccinated. We're still under the 75% threshold of vaccinations in the United States. So until we clear that hump, it's going to be a dangerous territory. As always, mental health is a very serious issue on the channel. So if you feel like you need help, just know that there are resources for you. If you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat right now. If you're watching on YouTube, they'll be in the description box below. Because it is okay to not be okay, and mental health shouldn't be stigmatized or hidden behind a taboo subject wall. Part of our general health, we are who we are, and how we think affects who we are. So if you're not in the United States, just know that there's a link so you can find resources in your area. That's going up as well in the Twitch chat, and that'll be available in the description box below. But please, if you feel like you need help, just know that there are resources out there for you. If you're a friend or family member of somebody that is usually happy-go-lucky or strong personality, please check in on them. You never know how much a simple check-in, a simple hello or how are you can change the trajectory of somebody's life. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. As always, you can find us on Monday for our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. You can find me at McStabber Studios Tuesday for our Werewolf the Apocalypse game, Phoenix's Call 2nd season. And then we will be dark after that for a week. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you when we see you. Have a good night.